The Local Show, sponsored by Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement, on News Radio 570 WSYR, on 106.9 FM, and live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. The Local Show features in-depth conversation with business owners, employees, and influential business leaders throughout Central New York, exploring their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in our growing community. The Local Show is produced locally by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
You have found The Local Show. Boy, you just don't need anything else for the rest of the year.
No, it's
all Local Show all the time.
It's a good way to spend winter, listening to
us chatter on.
People.
And we're broadcasting from the Zoe Advertising Studios, and they're sponsored by Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement. And you can see us on YouTube. Take advantage of that and really get your day going by looking at Steve. I know that we
just
all
got really quiet here.
Is that part of the 2025 new diet?
Yeah, hang on. We haven't introduced you yet, Murphy.
That's okay.
There's always a lawyer in the room who's got to chirp in with something.
Well, that's Attorney John Murphy. He's the owner of Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. And new year, new you, new plans, right, John?
Yeah, a lot of folks, got to get that stuff done. New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
Time to get the planning done. So we have a lot of people circling back. So if you came to see us a while ago or came to a workshop, a year or two ago, and not too late to come back and check us out and come see our new office.
Oh, that's
3
right.
Henry Beach Drive in Camillus. Yeah.
Right. And that burgeoning, beautiful section of Camillus.
Yeah.
Lots going on over there.
Oh, yeah. It's growing and growing. And the staff loves it because there's a few more lunchtime
I was going to say, there's
right.
opportunities.
You got the Sunrise or Rise and Shine?
You got all kinds of diners, fast food, and if you need to stop for something, there's a Walmart right there, or Costco,
huge stuff. It's all good.
That side of town. So
that's why I did that for my staff.
So you moved over there here a few months ago, and lots of space to meet people. Are in January, are people like, oh my gosh, I got to get this? Are you getting some of that? It's kind of the boomerang people.
Yeah, there's some like we meant to take care of this, or our kids were at home over the holidays and said we got to get this done, that type of stuff, or people getting a lot of walk-ins. It's the former office of Steve McMahon.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of people over there are excited that we're there because they don't feel like going downtown.
Right. And that's what Steve's business, that's what he did.
Steve's business went downtown. Easy on-site parking, one level. You don't have to pay to park. We're walk-in.
Nice.
Nice. And Steve's been there. We haven't got Tom over there yet, but it's a really warm reception area that we have.
Any concern, new administration, the rules are going to change, the laws are going to change, the sky's coming up or coming down, anything that
I think there would be some huge changes. I don't know that they affect my
what you're doing
so much.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So estate planning, Medicaid, there may be some changes down the road, but that seems way down the laundry list of what the president and the new administration are hoping to accomplish. But you never know, stuff gets put on omnibus bills that changes things because somebody's got to be in their bonnet.
A few people that I've spoken with about your services have said to me, well, Tom, we have a will, so we don't need anything else. What do you say to people who just think a will is going to cover everything they need to do upon being deceased?
Well, it will do that, but it will cost your family lots of time and money because in order for a will to work, it has to go through probate court. It has to. I think that's the biggest thing that people don't understand. They think a will is immediately empowering their executor to take action.
They do, yeah, they feel that way.
And it does not. Your executor has no authority to do anything until a judge says they do. And it's not like the judge cares who your executor is or who you're giving things to. But the judge's job is to make sure that it is, in fact, your last will and testament. I mean, people have wills from 20, 30, 40 years ago.
Yes.
You could have done other ones in between times, right? They want to make sure it was executed properly. Was it signed properly? Was it witnessed? Those types of things.
Yeah.
And you have to give an opportunity to everybody who is your natural heir at law, generally your children. But, if you don't have children, it could be nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters. They have to be given a copy of the will and the right to object to it, should they wish. And so that's, in a nutshell, the probate process.
I see.
And on average, it costs about 5% of your estate. So if you have a $200,000 house, that's about $10,000. That's all in court fees, legal fees, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
That's the national average, about 5%. So, and it takes 7 months to finish up.
And a trust is cheaper than that.
Trust is far less expensive. More expensive today, for sure, right? But more expensive to your family in the long run. And trust is private. Surrogate court or probate court is a public record. Anybody can go down and take a look at what happened in your estate.
So if someone is power of attorney and they're signed, they're paying mom's bills and they're using mom's checkbook and mom dies, they have to cease doing that? Or
the power of authority under the power of attorney ends as soon as the person who gave the power of attorney, the principal, is dead.
So at that point, everything gets locked down? I mean, you're done.
Right, can't do anything. And then you have the lag of from that time to filing a petition in the will in surrogate court and going through all the things you have to do, and then the judge issuing an order that the executor can take action.
I see.
And it was almost 5 years ago, minus a couple months, that the surrogate court shut down for about 14 weeks.
Right.
With COVID, yeah.
COVID, yeah.
Right? So when we had people coming in, mom died, dad died, whatever it might have been, here's their will, we couldn't do anything. So houses languished, the market tanked.
Yeah,
people couldn't get out of the market because the executor wasn't there. Our trust clients, they just marched forward and took care of business.
Right. Would you ever write somebody a will and just leave it at that?
Sure. It's up to the client.
Yeah.
Our job is not to mandate what they do. Our job is to educate and then do what the client wants to do. In some instances, it makes the most sense, financially or family-wise and things like that. Some people that's what they know and that's what they're comfortable with. Mm-hmm. So we never mandate it,
Right.
And you should always have a will, even if you have a trust, because stuff could be left out of a trust. You could actually come into money after you're dead.
Really?
Well, wrongful death, right? You die in a car accident.
Oh,
you die in medical
right.
malpractice, right? So you want to direct where everything goes.
That money is going to go.
I like to think of it as just in case will.
Yeah.
Just in case there's something out there that didn't get taken care of.
If someone murders their spouse and they were named as an heir in the will, do they still get the money?
Why are you looking at me?
Were you talking to Tom's wife today?
I'm just curious how that works.
No, you cannot profit.
Think about that, right?
You cannot profit by your own crime.
Okay, that's hilarious. So you got a workshop.
But you have to be convicted.
Okay. Well, what if you got a pardon before anybody even thought about it?
You're still
Sorry,
convicted.
just I know that was bad. January 29th workshops, lots of questions coming up here at the Comfort Suites. Briefly, what happens at that workshop?
Education. We talk about how to protect your home and life savings from long-term care. We give people a little bit of insight into the true cost of nursing homes. Why you want Medicaid. A lot of people say, I don't want Medicaid. Well, guess what? Medicaid gives you the exact same health care and services in a nursing home as private pay. And it doesn't cost you $17,000 a month.
Okay. So someone comes, they hear about that. It's a 2-hour workshop. People can register. I know at 370-9977. The one thing you don't do, there's no really sales pitch. Hey, if we can help you, we can help you. But I see the end of you. It's like, hey, if this helps, we can sit and talk some more about it. I like that approach.
Yeah, you yell at me about that.
Well, people are there a little bit because people are there. They haven't done a will. Their will's 50 years old. And I got to think about it. Come on, let's go. So,
and people can correct me if I'm wrong. Have an evaluation. They can come up and talk to your peeps.
Yep.
And you're not going to charge them anything. You get a coffee and
we'll
talk a little bit.
Yeah, we'll talk. You have an opportunity to set up an appointment.
Right.
Okay. We do give you a little bit of incentive. We'll cover the filing fee for a deed if you decide to go forward that day.
Okay, that's worthwhile.
It's about $200. And we also, Steve, I know this is mostly a Syracuse audience, but we also have a workshop in Auburn on February 3rd.
Yeah,
that's great.
Hilton Garden Inn.
Yeah, so
Auburn is Syracuse line.
Yeah, if you're coming from that way, you can register. You can go to safeharborwillsandtrust.com.
That's the easiest way.
You can go right there, or again, the 370-9977.
Yeah, and I think they also, on our mobile site, they can also register.
On which?
Our mobile website versus on your desktop.
Got it. On the phone or the mobile device.
Mobile device.
That's what you were trying to say. Okay. Yeah, leave the marketing to us. You do the law stuff. Thank you, John Murphy. Tommy.